It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer, and today we're going to be taking a look at a Helles lager from Hungary. This beer has been sent to me by Monyo Brewing Company, and I'm super excited really to get into it because I love a Helles lager. Some of you might have heard my Helles lager story before. I'll get into the review. I'll tell you all about why I love Helles lager after we've kind of tasted it and sipped it, and yeah, let's enjoy it together. So there's the can opening. I should really show you the can, shouldn't I? Gold Viking, it's called. Helles lager. Monyo Budapest, and it's coming in at 4.5% ABV. So without further ado, let's get this beer out into a glass and see what we get. It's not going to be can conditioned. It's going to be a pasteurized, slightly unfiltered lager. There you go. 2-finger white head, good levels of carbonation in the glass, and then, well, if you look at the bottom of the glass, you can see there's etching. That's why there's a lot of carbonation being created. There's a lot of etching there in the bottom of the glass, which creates that carbonation. So, aroma on the beer, then it looks good, doesn't it? Straw coloured, beautiful looking beer. Let's get the aroma then. Yeah, and if it's something the Europeans know how to do, it's how to do a good lager, how to make a great lager. This has got all of that kind of slight estery, slight yeasty, slightly herbal. Spicy and dry. It smells really, really good. Little bit of kind of crisp malt coming through. Yeah, let's dive into this one. Cheers, everybody. Yeah, it's just great quality. Fantastic quality, fantastic drinkability, super refreshing. Been at my fridge about 5 or 10 minutes just to let it warm up slightly, just to pick up some more of that flavour. Carbonation slightly kind of hisses and fizzes and pushes the beer round the inside of the mouth, releases more of that flavour. The flavours are, it very much follows the aroma of the beer really. It's spicy and peppery. There's a nice bitterness on the back end. It's not massively bitter. I have got a can of their Pilsner, and I can imagine, I've not tried it yet, but I can imagine their Pilsner being really kind of like much more in a way of being a bitter beer. This is more, I would say, balance between that malt and that hop. A little bit of sweetness over here, a little bit of bitterness over here, and that's fundamentally what a Helles lager is. It's a scaled back version, a less hopped version of a Pilsner. Great drinkability, really good drinkability to this. If you rock the beer back and forth, you can see the carbonation chasing that head of the glass. The glass has got great lace into it. Fantastic lacing. All round super looking beer. So my story with Helles Lager, it kind of, for me, Helles Lager wasn't really on my radar. It was just kind of existing until I went to Germany. I discovered great Helles Lager when I went to Germany, and I probably told some of you people who have watched my channel for a long time, you've probably heard this story before, but I'm going to say it again because it opened my eyes to Helles Lager, and it made me kind of realise how much I liked Helles Lager and how sessionable Helles Lager is. So I was invited to brewery Uberquell in Hamburg in Germany. I flew into Frankfurt airport. I then had about 2.5 hours on a train. So I was literally all day travelling. Left the house 6 o'clock in the morning, landed at the train station, got on the train, was on the train for hours, got out of the train station. I then had another 15 minutes in the car, and at that stage I was gasping for a pint, to Uberquell. And I got to Uberquell, and they just sat me next to this fermenter. It was picture this. So it was an old building that was some kind of old water pumping station that they transformed into this wonderful brewery. So brew kit, some offices in there, and of course they had rooms where you could kind of like do tastings and stuff and learn about beer. Little museum in there. And then the most important thing was, apart from the beer, was they had like this massive pizza oven and food. So I sat in their beer garden next to the outside fermenters, and they said, open that door there and go and help yourself to beer. It was a boiling hot evening. The sun was shining. There was people everywhere. I think it was a Friday afternoon. And it was just, the atmosphere was fantastic. So I opened the door to this fermenter after a long day's travelling, and I poured myself a Helles Lager, and I sat there with the sun shining down, illuminating the glass of beer, and I took my first sip like this, and it was just one of those moments in life, one of those moments that I will never forget in my life, because I just remember it was like the taste was amplified, and it was like the taste was amplified because of all the circumstances, the long travelling, drinking great German beer, and then having my eyes opened up to kind of proper Helles Lager. And it was one of those light bulb moments in my mind where I was like, oh my goodness me, where's this style been all my life? And before that, I kind of like German lager, yeah, you know, it's kind of like okay. And then all of a sudden the light bulb moment happened for me, and I've never really turned back. I've never really I always drink a lot of German beer now. I drink a lot of Belgian beer, great Austrian beer, Hungarian beer. I love drinking these beers, these kind of Helles style lagers. So it looks good, it smells good, and it tastes wonderful. Check out Gold Viking if you're in Hungary. Water, barley malt, hops and yeast. Monyo Brewing, Budapest. I like that Helles enough to give it a Stone the Crows 9 out of 10. So 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box, subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews, give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom, cheers.